Yo, what is going on, guys? It is District Trending here, bringing you guys this brand new video. Now today, guys, we're going to be going over the crazy meaning behind Eminem's new song called Fall, which was on his new album titled Kamikaze, and there was even a surprise diss that was on the song that literally a lot of people didn't even realize when they were listening to this song. And if you guys are a fan of Eminem and this new song, make sure you guys watch this video all the way until the end because you guys won't believe what this song is truly about. And also, if you guys would like to join our iPhone X giveaway, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and make sure you guys leave a like on this video and turn on my post notifications to never miss when I call the winner. But enough of that, let's just jump straight into what this song called Fall by Eminem really means and what the music video is truly about. I'm really excited to let you guys know what this surprise diss was in this song. Not a lot of people are even talking about it right now, so it's definitely gonna surprise all of you guys. Now, the music video starts off with Eminem's phone being blown up with people giving their opinions on his last album titled Revival. Not only is there people giving their opinions, but there's also notifications showing big news articles that are writing really bad reviews on Eminem's last album, which, to be fair, there was a lot of news articles talking about his last album titled Revival, just for the sole fact that it's not really something that we all expected that Eminem would release, just because we're all like really used to the old Slim Shady type of music, you know, the type of music that really started his career. So his last album pretty much kind of like flopped if you do think about it. But once he's had enough of the notifications while he was sitting in the car on his phone, he eventually got angry and stormed out of the car that he was riding with his friends, and then he started going for a walk throughout the park. While going through this park, he came across a couple that was sitting on the bench, and they were on their iPad looking at news articles about how Eminem's last album flopped. And that's when the shadow comes out of the iPad and then starts following Eminem. If you guys got confused about what the shadow is, I'm going to be going into detail on what it's actually about later on in this part. Now, at first, I thought when the shadow came out of the iPad, it was Venom from the Marvel series, just because Eminem's going to be doing a music kind of feature list that's going to be on the movie that will be releasing very soon. But actually, the shadow is following Eminem around until they become face to face with each other. And then that's when the shadow enters Eminem's body, which leads him to jump out of a window and then gives him like really spooky black eyes. Now, that was the concept of the music video, and it had a lot of people wondering, what does this all mean? And that's what I'm going to be explaining to you guys right now. Now, a shadow that was following Eminem that came out of the iPad, well, Eminem actually answered this question pretty much in the song. Now, Eminem says the lyrics, "You wanted shady, you got it." Now, what I think this weird shadow character is the dark evil side of Eminem that he's been trying to run away from for the past couple of years. Now, this Venom look-alike creature type of thing is a shadow, which a shadow creates shade, and then shade is Slim Shady. So if you guys see how that kind of makes sense, it was really cool how this was all put together for the music video. Now, this is something that Eminem has definitely been lacking lately on his last album, which is probably why not a lot of people liked the album Revival so much. But this new Kamikaze album that he just released was the Slim Shady that we have all been waiting for, and I'm super glad that we got him back. And not only is the Slim Shady back, but he also does bring up lyrics from his past, and that lyric is "Not Afraid." And the lyrics in the song goes as followed: "And though me and my party days have all pretty much parted way, you'd swear to God I forgot I'm the guy who made Not Afraid." Now, throughout the first few listens of this song, you probably didn't really even think anything of this line, and you also probably didn't even really think it's important. But it's actually a callback from his song called Not Afraid, and says why we haven't had the old Slim Shady in the lyrics. Now, here are the lyrics. "I've been through the ringer, but they can do little to the middle finger. I think I got a tear in my eye. I feel like the king of my world. Haters can make like bees with no stingers. And drop, no more bees linger, no more drama for now on. I promise to focus solely on handling my responsibilities as a father." So as you guys can see in the song called Not Afraid, he's pretty much preaching that he wants basically no beef within the music industry. He just wants to like kind of like make new music, like a new style of music with like pop stars in the industry, and just try an overall new style and see what he can do with it. But we all pretty much know how that went with Eminem with the release of Revival, and not a lot of people even really liked it. And with pretty much all of like the millions of people asking every single day, you know, where's the old Slim Shady, I guess Eminem probably just had enough of it and just finally given up and basically just went back to the old style of music that he was releasing, and then made Kamikaze, which is pretty crazy to even think about how demanding some fans can be. I guess Eminem just wanted to try a new style of music, and then his fans pretty much demanded the old style of, you know, Slim Shady, and we finally got him, and he just comes back with a banger of an album. Like, Kamikaze is pretty much #1 worldwide at the moment, which is pretty crazy, especially because he just randomly dropped it at midnight. I feel like Not Afraid was like a turning point for Eminem. He basically settled all of his beefs that he had with other music artists. He stopped being so hard on people in his lyrics, and then he even got fully sober, which definitely helped a lot with his overall health, which is always a really good thing. Now, it was definitely a positive change in his life, but it was also a negative change for his music career at the same time, and I think a lot of people, including himself, even became aware of that. Now, also in the song, Eminem says the lyrics, "And tell the Grammys to go F themselves, they suck on the blood from all the biggest artists like some leeches. So they nominate 'em and get 'em. Get a name to MC to show every parasite needs a host. Then give the album of the year to somebody that no one's even heard of." Now, this line didn't really make much sense to me the first time that I was listening to it, so I did some digging around, and the people who've won, like, you know, the album of the year at the Grammys and things like that as of lately, and everyone that I found on that list are pretty notable people. Like, I'll even have on the screen right now, there's people like Taylor Swift, Adele, and even Bruno Mars who won album of the year. So when Eminem said those lyrics of that nobody's even heard of that won the award, I didn't really even think anything of it. I thought he was just, you know, rapping whatever at the top of his head. But then I did some more digging, and some people at Rap Genius's website mentioned back in 2001, Eminem was snubbed of winning a Grammy with his Marshall Mathers LP. He was nominated to win, but then some dude named like Steely Dan, who literally I've never even heard of a day in my life, ended up winning. Now, if you guys know who that is, make sure you guys let me know down below in the comments, because I've literally never heard of this guy. But it does turn out that this isn't the first time that this has actually happened to Eminem at the Grammys. In 2003, Eminem was nominated and ended up losing to a guy named Norah Jones, who again I've never even heard of. And then also in 2011, Eminem was nominated and lost to Arcade Fire, which again is some people that I've never even heard of, which literally is something that shocked a lot of people. And I guess I wasn't really into like hip hop and things at the time, so that's probably why I didn't understand those lyrics. But I do now, looking back at it. I have never heard of these guys a day in my life, and it's kind of crazy that Eminem wouldn't have won, you know, the Grammys for that, because that's when Eminem was, you know, the old Slim Shady in his prime, like back in 2001, 2003, and things like that. So it is kind of crazy to even think about that Eminem would have got snubbed from that. Now we're going to be getting into like the surprise diss that was within this song that maybe not a lot of you guys even noticed, because I know I didn't with, you know, like the first few listens that I was listening to it, and then I was listening and I was thinking like, I've heard these things before in the past. So now I know what it is. Now most of the disses within this album were pretty obvious, and even if you didn't hear them within the song that you were, you know, listening to, it was just getting crazy spread online. And I've only seen like a few people actually talking about this surprise diss. But there is one in particular that I don't even see many people talking about, and that's what we're going to be getting into right now. Now Eminem says in the lyrics in the song, and I quote, "The fans waited for this moment like that feature when I stole the show, ha. Sorry I took forever, ha ha." And then he also says, "Just remember I was here before you, and I'll be here after you make your run in for you." And he also mentions like in other lyrics within this song and even other songs that, you know, ghostwriters and things along the lines of that. And I knew as soon as I heard the feature and then also the ghostwriter thing that this was 100% directed to Drake. Now how I know this is pretty much directed to Drake is just because there is a huge, you know, conspiracy thing going around, and it has been for like the last couple of years, that Drake has ghostwriters. Many people have came out to say that Drake does have ghostwriters, and even some like notable ghostwriters who's even like ghostwritten for like many like big rappers, even like Lil Pump. One of these ghostwriters wrote something for Lil Pump, and he came out to say that he even wrote some stuff for Drake in the past that Drake has used. It was some of his older stuff though. I don't know if Drake is using a ghostwriter now, but it has been, you know, a conspiracy theory for a long time that Drake does use ghostwriters. And then there's also the part where Eminem says, "The fans waited for this moment like that feature." So now let me get into this, because this is again where this comes into play, that these lines are most likely about Drake, and this is kind of like a sneak diss to Drake. Now apparently it was rumored that Eminem was supposed to have a feature on the Scorpion album that Drake released, but Eminem actually never ended up even getting around to putting out, you know, his verse or two on the song. So that's why he said in the first line, the fans waited for the moment like that feature, because Drake was caught waiting for this feature from Eminem, but then I guess Drake kind of just got annoyed from waiting and ended up just making the album without the feature from Eminem. But anyways guys, I am going to be ending the video there. If you guys are new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. Make sure you guys comment down below any video suggestions you want from me to make a video about, like Eminem, maybe the MGK thing, or anything you guys want. Anyways guys, it's been District Trending, and I'm out. Peace.